I got a package in from FedEx for somebody that we all know and love.
So that's pretty cool.
From Mr. Lizotte. I reached out to him and was like, hey, I would love to check out the V2 and V3 prototype balances. And so, we have the V2 balance and the V3 balance prototypes from the new Simon line. And we're gonna see how they fly compared to the OG. V2 feels like it'll be slightly more overstable than the V3. Both pretty big, feel it in the hand. This is so cool. I feel very honored that he would want to send me some of these. But yeah, we're gonna throw these with Eagle.
But first, let's take a look at how they all fly slightly differently on a couple different distances of holes at one of my local courses before we get onto the course with Eagle. While playing with Eagle, we talk a lot about our preferences between these three versions, but the balance itself was meant to be between a Pyro and a Reactor. Pyro being a pretty overstable 5402.5 mid-range in the MVP lineup, and the Reactor kind of being that straight mid-range. The Hex can sometimes flip up a little bit. The Reactor was meant to be a more overstable counterpart to the Hex, and this balance was meant to sit right in between those two discs, the Reactor and the Pyro. In my opinion, it seems like the goal is to be very similar to Ganonbur's new Glacier, where if you throw really hard, like a Simon or a Ganon, it just goes dead straight for you. And the OG balance, the V1, did not do that. It was way more overstable, as you're seeing, but they released it in the Gyropalooza boxes. It'll definitely fit some people's bags, just like Eagle's, for sure. But the V2 and V3 seem to be closer to what they originally wanted in this disc. But let's chat with Eagle and have some fun messing around with these three discs.
Welcome, Eagle.
Hello.
I'm pretty pumped about this.
I'm excited. First reaction.
I literally just unboxed them. He just got there. That's the V2.
It's a V2.
And the V3.
Oh, I can definitely tell. We talked about it in our podcast, and Simon says, I can't tell the difference in them, but...
The V2 and V3 to me, I didn't look at them too much because I didn't want to before the video and they just got here. But just initially, just holding them, I didn't feel too much of a difference. What can you tell?
I'll make a bold prediction. I like the V2 already.
Really?
Uh-huh. I do too
because it's pink, but that's probably not a good reason.
It's definitely a nicer color. But no, I grab this one and I already tell the parting line kind of like, whoo, tilts down a little bit. Whereas this one is a little bit more neutral. And then with the OG...
Whoa, what is that die?
Oh, this is just a drawing I did.
Oh, that is sick.
But, oh gosh, I get mud everywhere.
It's so messy.
Oh God, I get mud all over the beautiful new disc.
Really cool thing here, but Eagle just muddied everything up.
But yeah, I think that this one feels really good.
Yeah?
Especially once it gets a little bit seasoned in. I'm stoked to try them.
This video is not really like a challenge or anything. I just want to see how these fly differently.
Yeah, for sure.
How they are. And so we'll each make sure to throw them a bunch of times and see if we can have some cool shots for you.
I will say to the average person, they all feel pretty much the same.
Yeah. This one definitely feels more overstable to me, but these two feel like they'll be more similar. I hope they are kind of that. What's the numbers you think he's going for? Like a 5.50, 1.502?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Like a
right on
like
the
a
money.
stable MD3 kind of?
Yeah, for sure. It's like the goal is not to compete with the Pyro. It's to be a little bit more overstable version of the Reactor.
Gotcha.
Because the Reactor, some of them are exactly what you want, but generally like the Reactor and the Hex kind of parallel. You want something that you can put on a little bit of Anheuser and lands flat. All right, which one do you want to give me?
Oh, I want to give you the one that you think is going to be what you want.
All right.
You think this one's going to be more understable, the V3?
Definitely.
So kind of like V1 most overstable, then middle, and then the last one?
The funny thing is probably, it'd be nice to have all of them.
You know, to be honest with you, you saw what like Discraft did with his own GTs?
Yeah.
They might all just get approved. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't think they're making a new mold. They're probably tweaking something in the process.
Interesting.
I don't know. That's just speculation. I'm gonna throw this one how I want it to fly. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of nose up Anheuser. I want it to just flatten out and flat, or maybe just a baby hyzer. That was a lot of Anheuser.
It was. It might be safe, and you might have just wrecked the disc.
That wasn't a very good throw.
Here, V3. Just throw them all.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm going to expect this to be like a slightly overstable Hex.
So you mean a Reactor?
I mean
Ooh.
hex. That was a good shot, but just OB.
Interesting.
But
And now you throw.
I threw that way softer.
You throw your balance now. He has some flat ones. I have a really domey one, which is kind of surprising to me. But
In theory, I should be able to throw this balance like I did the first shot. Yep. Swinging back.
yeah, those are definitely a little different. All right. Ooh, first shot out the car.
This is a really tough starting hole. I'm glad this isn't a challenge.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm gonna-
I might have warmed up a little bit if we were actually putting anything on this.
I have one more balance, actually. Oh, the tree.
Oh wow, that one's a little straighter than the other one.
That one is a 170 and a little bit more beat in. Oh, I already dinged it.
You dinged it, dude.
Gosh.
I saw you smack that rock so hard. Sorry, Simon. Very sorry. That was
No.
Eagle. Don't worry. But this hole, a little headwind, but it's like 395 feet to the red. So I'm going to keep warming up while Eagle can show you how these guys
Okay.
fly differently when you throw them really hard.
I got here 20 minutes before you to warm up, so perfect. I'm gonna do pink.
Okay.
Oh, that is so nice. All right, my vote's V2, and I haven't even thrown V3.
Oh, that was sweet.
I'll throw this on a baby hyzer. That's a nice.
I think you're right on about how those fly.
Wow, they're both good.
What the heck? Those
They're
are both
bo-
parked.
They're both good. And now let's do this one.
This is a 400-foot headwind shot, and you're throwing it like I. Wow, that is so cool. Whew. Would this be the disc that you're reaching for on this hole? You think?
It probably would be, in all honesty.
Especially with this little wind?
You know, I'd probably throw a resistor.
Ah, yeah.
Actually,
When's the Eagle resistor coming on? That's what the people want to know.
hush, hush. I don't know. Sometime soon.
I'm just going to try to throw it to the blue and not hit a goose. Get in
That
there.
one seems to-
Get in there. Oh. Hey, the geese are good. Would you say the V3 is pretty similar to like a reactor?
It is, but it's. I can already tell it's a little bit slower.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the reactor and the hex are definitely a little bit flatter, and it gives you more of a fast mid-range feel. Like for me, the hex, I love the hex, and I think it flies amazing.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like a fairway driver slot for me. Not quite, but
Yeah. I think the balances are they're not like super deep, but they're not like shallow mids. And the hex always feels like one of the most shallow mids to me.
right. This feels crazy.
Is that your resistor?
That is a resistor. That's a new one I put in the bag.
I think the 3 balance shots in that are collective 25 feet from the basket. All right, well, I guess for Eagle, it doesn't matter which version gets approved.
They're
because
all good.
Proto, V2, V3. Holy cow, dude. What shots?
All right, we have a tailwind, which we had a headwind on the last hole.
Yeah, it's
So-
weird. Maybe it's more left to righty.
I can throw this probably just flat, maybe baby hyzer right at the pine. Let's see what happens.
That one is so straight.
I said I was gonna like the V2, but
There you go.
the V3 is really good.
Yeah, geez. This is 380-foot shot too, by the way.
The thing is, like, from my understanding, talking to Simon, it's like he wants a disc that flies perfect, and honestly, that was a pretty much perfect shot.
Yeah.
But the balance is supposed to be a little bit overstable.
Yeah.
Not like the original, but see how the V2 flies, and then I'll elaborate more. I should be able to push it a little bit wider to the right and have it swing, in theory. Exactly like that. Oh, Oh, it hits the branch, but that was a really good shot.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
These are more different than I expected just from feeling the V2 and V3.
and we're in Colorado
for
too.
myself. Yeah.
Like, the V2 is pretty money, even though I like both of them. That thing looks so domey. I've
Dude,
never.
it is. Look at it.
I've never
Look at
seen.
this thing. It's like a pop-top balance. You want to throw it?
Sure, you could throw.
Rip it.
I mean, one.
I'll throw whatever.
Completely different disc. That's like a deflector.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. A deflector that's like almost deflected
Yeah,
into the
for
basket.
sure.
Cool,
Like-
cool.
This one is probably. Let's call that the V.
4? Or no, V0?
V0. This is the more accurate to what the
V1.
V1.
Shorty, man.
There you go.
That's still down there.
Like with the hex for me, I can't throw it flat. I have to always hit it on highs or else it's going right.
Beautiful. Well, V2. Maybe would have gone in without that. Oof. Eagle's balance is a little short. Balance are good putters, I guess. Okay, so your first one, V3, maybe 405-foot shots. That's how it looks there. That was my super dome guy.
Nice stuff.
Maybe it's not a good putter.
This is the super domey one?
Yeah, dang. Just perfect. Would you ever forehand a balance?
I do. Forehand the V1s.
Yeah, probably the right shot for this.
Yeah, it's a good like overstable forehand that gets a little bit of push rather than say like a deflector or a runway.
Yeah. Runway's more overstable, you think?
Then yes.
In the bounce?
Yeah, and more dumpy. Much blunter rim.
I think this hole's like 320. Because I feel like forehand makes a lot of sense, but the backhand is a little confusing.
I'd probably try to
Just keep it low?
Low, just like 5 feet right of that tree. Hit it probably flat. You don't want to throw hyzer because it's going to lift on a hyzer. It's
Yeah.
hard to keep a hyzer.
All right, we'll try the V3. Sorry, Simon, if I hit the concrete. Oh! I kept watching Eagle throw it on hyzer. I'm not Eagle. I always forget that when I play with him. All right, let me throw the V2. Throw it flat. That line on a different angle is good.
Oh, that looked good though.
Yeah, I liked it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they are definitely a little different. Dude, I told you this course is kind of sick.
It is.
It's got especially when you play it tight. Like you can play whatever OBs you want, but if you play it tight. If I did that with the V2, it would have been perfect. That's still good. Ooh. Did you get that just for like a smooth forehand disc?
Yeah. I want to throw.
Oh, find the gap, huh?
Uh-huh.
Nice shot.
Yeah, the V1 definitely is the best option for a hole like this
Yeah.
because of the low ceiling.
So I think after this hole, we'll go to hole 4 and play or hole 5, and we'll play the last 5 holes. The best shot, we'll alternate V2 and V3 with each other and with one of the protos.
Sweet.
And then we'll just play that shot for 5 holes. All right, we're saving ourselves a little bit of a walk. We're actually only going to do 4 more holes. You're going to start out with the V2 or V3. This is a big decision.
I'll do V2.
V2? Okay.
Yeah.
We're playing 15A, which goes back to the basket that we played a couple holes ago. I think it's like 310, 320 maybe, under low ceiling. 2 shots, best shot obviously, one of the protos and then the V2.
We're not allowed to take the lame hyzer?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot, you're massive. It's a big boy, I forgot about it. Just don't pull it OB, don't worry about it.
I'm not going to take a big hyzer, but this is legitimately a shot I would consider throwing with this type of disc.
Yeah.
The low, kind of low in between hyzer. Kind of fast, get a little jump up there.
The one that's gonna skip OB left, that's crazy.
If this skips OB left, that's impressive how sawed off I threw it. Just like that. I like that. I really like that disc.
That's a good
As
shot.
soon as I get some, it's an immediate bagger.
Do you want to throw both in a row or alternate?
No, let's alternate.
Okay.
And then we can both throw the
Little
OG.
headwind. I think actually, I'm gonna try that same play and just try to probably hug that tree a little closer. Big skip. Little skip.
Like
That's a putt,
mine
though.
didn't ever think about flipping up, but you could tell that one's like,
Yeah.
I want to straighten out just a little bit.
Yeah, and those are probably 5 to 10 miles an hour different too. So definitely a decent bit different discs.
Oh, that was so good.
Okay, there's a chance. Just skip straight. No, sit. Okay,
That's
that's
that.
good snow. That is so different than the V3, man. Those are two completely different discs.
Truly. And it's crazy because, like we were saying before, they're not that much different.
Nice, nice. The V1s have a hook nose, you saying?
Yeah, almost like, say, like a resistor. I have a resistor.
Let's see.
In the bag. It's very subtle, but so the rim swoops down and then kind of like there's a little hook at the end. The V1 has a little bit of that going on, but these two don't really.
I think personally the V2 feels the best.
Yes.
And for me, I think the V3 flight. Well, actually, I like the V2 flight because the V3 flight's almost.
Uh-huh.
It's in that range where it's not flippy enough that the way that I would throw it would be good hyzer flip to straight.
Uh-huh.
And so I would kind of be in between my two stock shots, hyzer or
Yeah.
flat, whereas the V2 kind of forces the flat shot, which I
The
like.
V3 is a reactor.
It's a reactor.
Yeah.
Eagle.
A reactor, but
A good reactor.
okay, this is a very important thing to address.
Okay.
It's the feeling of it. Like, I think for me, arguably, the feel of a disc is almost more important than the flight. If I can have like a good grip and I can like recreate a throw, that's something that's really important because the V1's very equivalent to a pyro, but that just the pyro rim for a backhand for me is just something that doesn't work. It works really well on a forehand, but this works on both. So it's more versatile, and it comes down to the fact that this just feels better in my hand. And it's not that anything against the pyro, because obviously pyro's an insane disc, but just personal preference. And it's great that you have the option of throwing stuff that feels good to you. Like that's so cool. There's a few discs like that in the MVP lineup that I'd totally throw based off flight characteristics, say like a Volt or a Terra.
Yeah.
Like those flights are great, but it just doesn't release well out of my hand. Hence why I throw a resistor or a Tesla or something like that.
Yeah. All right, we got a little tail right to left. You want to play the blue or red on this one?
Which one do you want?
Red.
Red?
Let's move up to the red and then play to the red as
Okay.
well. So it'll be about the same distance as if we played to the blue, but no ice. Yeah, we can also say that we have to throw a turnover on this.
The V3 actually works a little better for what I'm going for. A little
right.
bit of wobble. Oh, there's
There's a
that
chance.
wobble.
The right to left also did not help that at all. No, get through. Oh gosh, good thing we're playing off the top.
All right, good forehand comparison. This is a big reason why I like this disc.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
nice shot. I think I have to forehand this too, because pulling it over like that, we saw what happened in the first one. Oh, it has. A little too much Anheuser, huh?
A little bit.
Here, let me throw your other one. Flat.
Granted, that one's really domey, so it's not going to forehand as good as a dead flat one.
Yeah. Bogey town. Nice pot. Move it up to the red pad. It'll be 350 to the basket down there. OB left. Don't hit a car.
I hope we don't hit a car.
3 strokes with 2 to play. How you feel?
I feel great.
I would too if I was in the position.
Everything else is hazard or grass.
Hazard on the right, OB on the left is how I typically play it.
Okay. Oh, she's stable.
Uh-oh. There's a chance.
Well, that's easy par.
Sure, yeah. 35 feet. Gotta try to get his head somehow. Just hoping to practice his mental game.
Ooh.
Sit. Oh, it tried.
All right.
Yeah, that's still, yeah, it's like a stable reactor for sure. Which I guess most reactor, yeah, I guess stable hex or reactor. That makes sense. Okay. Hazard, nice. Good play.
Oh, I did something weird.
All right,
Like fell out of the air.
there's actually a chance now, but I have to birdie.
Oh. There you go.
Let's go.
Really?
Oh no, that's my.
That's your first one.
Oh, whoa, it's safe. Jeez. Oh, you're putting from over here? Smart putt at the OB, you know, I like it. Nice putt.
Nice bird. Nice bird.
Thank you. Any final thoughts before we do some ace runs?
I think V2's the winner, but I really like both of them. I
Yeah.
think the V2, assuming they decide to go with this one, immediate bagger. I
Yeah.
love it. I absolutely love it. Feels really good. Just feels like a great all-around mid-range. It's gonna have a long life in your bag if you don't lose it, because it's on a little bit overstable side, but it'll just beat in to be that perfect mid-range.
Yeah, personally for me too, I would also go with the V2. The V3 kind of lulls me into thinking it's going to be a little flippier than it is.
Yeah.
And so I don't throw it as well. Well, I mean, I guess I didn't throw either of them crazy good, but the V2 I really like for that like straight overstable slot. And I think it's also a little more forehandable than the V3,
Definitely.
just because of the shape of that wing.
I would agree.
All right, I get it this time actually. That's nice. Oh, you washed it off for me. Here, you can have the best. No, I'm just kidding.
Just a little
Ace
guy.
run. Yep, 180 feet. Finish with some metal. Nice nose up.
That was ugly.
Follow in your footsteps, I guess. Yes.
No.
Woo. Nice shots. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Simon, for sending these out. Thank you, Eagle.
Of course.
You can have the last word.
V2. The funny thing is, V2
Yeah?
in Finnish
Yeah.
is like the worst curse word. It's
And that's the show.
yeah.
See ya.